Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's Sunday morning, and usually Sunday morning I always try to do a face mask or something, some form of self-care on me on Sundays to get ready for the coming work week. I felt like getting on camera and discussing Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star and just sitting and talking with you guys about it on camera again, because I haven't done it in such a long time. So I figured, why the hell not? You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing in today's video. I have my little mirror over here, so if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm looking at to apply my mask. So the first thing that I want to say before I get started with this topic, especially with how amped up things are right now, especially on Twitter, with now the Smiths addressing it and talking about it publicly. I think Jaden Smith's tweet alone in response, I'll put it right here for you guys, in response to what Shane, you know, had said or done on camera to a poster of his sister, is now at almost, I want to say, close to 1 million likes alone, which is insane to me. But I've seen people saying on Twitter, on Reddit, and different places like that, I really hope that whatever happens, this doesn't cause him to hurt himself. And I want to make this abundantly clear on my channel. I'm all for people getting their just desserts served cold to them, especially people like Shane, who for whatever reason feel like they have this like authority on YouTube where they can come to the defense of some of the shittiest people on the platform, like Jeffree Star and Tana Mojo, etc., etc. It's good to watch them get their just desserts finally, okay? However, that does not mean that I hope that he hurts himself. I would never wish that on anybody. To me, it is so interesting to sit here and watch karma collect from Shane Dawson, because that's what's happening right now. What you're watching is karma coming to collect from someone who had the audacity to sit down and write this note out in which he said James Charles needed to be humbled by Jeffree and Tati. He basically co-signed what Jeffree and Tati had done in one swing by saying he needed to be humbled, and served a slice of humble pie the size of, I think it was, the Empire State Building. But it's so funny because now he's the one being served a slice of humble pie the size of the Empire State Building, and he doesn't like it. I've watched Taking Accountability, his recent video, at least twice now, all the way through, and there was so much wrong with it that to me, I don't understand how he thought the note was a good idea that he put onto Twitter in response to everyone pushing him to address the Jeffree Star situation. But I really don't understand how he thought this video was a good idea, because this was trash. 99.5% of this video was trash, if I'm being honest. And it annoyed me because there were so many things that he could have directly addressed. A lot of things that people have been saying, hey, you should probably address this for a very long time. Things like Shanae, the character that he had on his channel years ago that he was still profiting off of on merch and things like that up until recently. The biggest thing that I cringed at when he said it was when he said, I would never do any of these things in my entire life, when talking about the racism, when talking about sexualizing children. But it's like, buddy, you did it, which is exactly why you're in this position now where people are dragging the ever-loving fuck out of you online. And now the Smiths are addressing it. Like, you're not in this position for no reason. You're not in this position because someone falsely accused you of doing stuff that you didn't do. You did it. There is videos of you on Twitter, on YouTube, across all the internet, of you actively doing these things. So what do you mean you would never do these things in your entire life? You already have. And the other thing that I caught was, he does it a couple times, but towards the end he says something along the lines of, if you accept my apology, thank you. If you don't, I completely understand, and that's okay. What that says to me is, I'm done addressing this. I'm done apologizing for this shit. I'm gonna move forward with my life, and that's it. If you keep bringing it up, that's on you, but I'm over it. I'm gonna move on from this. That's what I felt like that was. I don't feel like there was a genuine apology at any portion of this video, to be honest. But that's just the way I feel. And the other thing that kills me, and I always bring this up whenever something like this happens, there are people who are accepting his apology that have no business accepting the apology. Like, especially in regards to the racism, I've seen so many white people sitting there, it's okay, we accept your apology, it's no big deal, it was in the past, it was this many years ago.
Sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
You guys look clownish. You look stupid. Stop fucking accepting apologies that aren't meant for you. I don't understand why it's so hard to grasp that concept, but apparently it is for a lot of people, and I just don't get it. Like, ugh. The other thing that I think is so funny that you guys pointed out, that I didn't catch on to, but you guys pointed it out on Twitter and Reddit, was Tana Mongeau and Jeffree Star, two of the biggest personalities on YouTube outside of obviously Jake Paul, but no one gives a fuck about Jake Paul. These two were the biggest people that Shane had come to the defense to in their times of need, when they were the ones in the hot seat for different topics, you know what I mean? But they're the ones who are being radio silent now in regards to this situation with Shane. Now Tana, I can understand a little bit more, just because she was just dragged last week through all 7 realms of hell for the tweets that she had posted on Twitter years and years ago. She put up her own apology. I'll put it all right here if I can find it for you guys. But Jeffree Star has referred to Shane and Ryland and that whole little circle, Morgan and all them, as family, but mainly Shane. And Shane himself put in that busted ass note that he released last week that Jeffree is family. So I wonder what's gonna happen now that Jeffree is being radio silent, because Shane was quick as fuck to jump on that notes app and write up that busted ass note and say in the app that he, I mean, without saying so many words, agreed with what Jeffree and Tati had done because James deserved to be humbled. So he agreed with the potentially life-destroying shit that Jeffree and Tati did because James needed to be fucking humbled. But where's Jeffree's support of Shane for things that Jeffree himself, I mean, minus the sexualizing of children, has done? The racism is something that Jeffree is very well known for. So where's Jeffree to come into this? And it only proves how shitty of a person Jeffree is, because he allows other people to take the fall for him, because Shane is the sacrificial lamb in this situation. Let's be honest. He will allow people to come to the defense of him, but when it comes to those same people needing him to defend them, do you think he's gonna put his ass on the line like Shane did? No. Now, Blair White, this girl has been like steady tweeting out that she's gonna do a video. Late last night, she mentioned that the video was filmed, and she is like, if I end up dead in a ditch somewhere, you know who did it. She allegedly is putting out this video that's going to call out someone. It's not really made clear if it's going to be Jeffree or Shane or both of them. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but please remember that Blair White is no better than Shane or Jeffree. She's just as fucking trashy and racist. And the girl is a loudmouth and is not really known for coming with receipts or proof of anything she says. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch on was when he says, I've never been good at taking criticism or like being critiqued for my work or whatever. Like, I've never been good with criticism. When those words left his mouth, the way I scream laughed for a good 10 minutes after, you would think I was psychotic. Because I have experienced a very hurt Shane when I publicly critiqued the TanaCon series and tagged him in it on Twitter. He responded back to me. I think my tweet was, let's talk about all the reasons of why the TanaCon series wasn't good, or what was missing from the TanaCon series, or something like that. But I had a whole list of questions that weren't answered by anybody, by Tana or Michael or Shane or anyone involved in the series. And they were legitimate, valid questions that should have been addressed. Shane responded directly back to me and was like, please don't, your tea is ice cold, and da-da-da. And from that tweet, I had a bunch of Shane stans attacking me and my channel size, my looks, my content, because he dragged me publicly. But what was so interesting to me was the fact that even though I was being dragged by a few people, there were a lot of people who are Shane stans, like these hardcore stan accounts who have like Shane's picture as their header and their profile picture for Twitter and whatever, and it literally says Shane stan account. Quite a few of them came to my defense, and I was like super surprised. But what was most funny to me was the next day, when I was still getting followers and still getting dragged by so many people, Tana Mojo jumps into my DMs and says, hey, Shane told me to come talk to you about what was missing from the TanaCon series.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I screamed and laughed at the same time because it's just funny to me. It's just funny how fragile this man's ego is and personality is. He could not stand the fact that I would dare to critique his revolutionary content. And it just, I think about it and it's just funny to me. In the end, I don't think Shane Dawson is going to be able to come back from this. I don't foresee him making a comeback to YouTube, and if he does, it's not going to be for a very, very long time, if ever. And I really don't think this is over. I'm ready for it because I think a lot of people, clearly, a lot of people are fed up with this shit. Because Jeffree Star has been a problem for a long time, a very, very long time. And so is Shane Dawson. Shane is now getting his karma, and I feel like Jeffree is the next bitch in line to get his slice of humble pie. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.